متابعي قناة النهار الإخبارية الأولى في الجزائر، أهلا بكم مشاهدينا إلى هذا اللقاء الخاص مع سعادة سفيرة الولايات المتحدة الأمريكية بالجزائر إليزابيث مور أوبن. Your Excellency, the Ambassador of the United States of America to Algeria. Good evening. مساء الخير.
مساء الخير عليكم. It's a pleasure to be with you this evening, Majda. Thank you so much.
Thank you for you too, and thank you for accepting our invitation for this interview on Nahar TV, the first Algerian channel. In this interview, Your Excellency, we are going to discuss the relationship between Algeria and the United States of America in different fields. Let's start the beginning of your experience here. First of all, more than a year after you assumed the position of Ambassador of the United States of America to Algeria, how do you evaluate your work during this period?
The United States and Algeria have a very dynamic and exciting bilateral relationship that is growing and deepening. We work on our economic relationship, on our two-way trade, and helping form partnerships between Algerian and U.S. companies. We work on, in the cultural area, on cultural preservation and expanding English language learning here in Algeria. And of course, the U.S. and Algeria work together on regional stability and counterterrorism. So there's a lot to do, and we have had exciting developments over the last 18 months.
During this period, more than 1 year.
That's right, exactly, a year and a half.
Your Excellency, Algerian-American relations are developing, and this is due to the will of the leaders of the two countries, the President Abdelmajid Tebboune and his American counterpart Joe Biden. Recently, there was a visit by Algerian Foreign Minister Ahmed Attaf to Washington. How important is this visit, especially during the current period?
It was an incredibly important engagement between a Foreign Minister, Attaf, and Secretary Blinken. It is the latest in a series of engagements between Algerian and American officials. You may recall shortly after my arrival, Secretary Blinken came here to Algiers. There have been other high-level officials and delegations. We had a security dialogue, in fact, in early June this summer. And it was a great opportunity for the two foreign ministers to discuss the situation in the Sahel, especially the very difficult events in Niger.
We are going to talk about this. So, during or as I said before, there was a visit by the Algerian Foreign Minister Ahmed Attaf to Washington. Is it important, this visit during this period? As we have seen a lot of crisis, especially in Sahel and a lot of countries.
That's right. We were able to discuss our bilateral relationship. The foreign minister was able to meet with American businessmen and women and talk about the opportunities for economic partnerships here in Algeria and between our two countries. That was an exciting development. The two foreign ministers were able to talk about regional issues, global issues, because so much, as you point out, is happening in the world right now. This opportunity to meet face-to-face was really important.
Now let's talk about the relationship as well between Algeria and the United States. To what extent has the investment climate in Algeria today constituted as an incentive for American businessmen with the introduction of the new investment law that carries civil privileges? What do you think about it?
So I think that it's a very opportune time for U.S. companies to be looking at partnerships with Algerian companies, for U.S. business people to be coming to Algeria and seeing what the opportunities are. You know, there are more than 100 U.S. companies operating in Algeria across the range of economic sectors, IT, healthcare, agriculture, aviation. And so I want to continue to grow that. I would love to double the number of American companies who are working here in Algeria.
What are the important sectors for the two countries?
There are so many important sectors.
Okay.
I would say renewable energy, IT, healthcare, important to all of us, medical advances and developments, abilities to help people heal and cure, the opportunities in, of course, traditional areas of the Algerian economy, oil and gas, but much more than that, in fact. There's industrial manufacturing, all kinds of things happening, and it's very exciting that the U.S. and Algeria are able to work together in so many of these fields.
Your Excellency, what are the sectors that will define the economic partnership between the two countries in the future?
So, you know, the amount of two-way trade between the U.S. and Algeria has doubled for each of the 3 last years. I would like to continue to see that number double annually. I think it's a very important part of our economy and of Algerian economy, and to advance that, I think the number one most important thing that we could do is have a direct flight between Algeria and New York. That would allow for people and goods to continue to be exchanged and traded. We could understand each other better, develop and build on our economic relationship. And so I am hopeful that we will be able to negotiate that possibility.
Is it in the near future? Is it possible for this direct flight?
It absolutely is.
When can we really?
So the U.S. government and the Algerian government need to negotiate an agreement, which is called Open Skies. And from that point, airlines could begin to fly directly. And I would love to be on the first flight from Algiers to New York.
Good. We talk about the economic field. Investing in Algeria means investing in a promising future in a country that provides the condition for success as a reliable partner. Is it time to raise the level of trade exchange between the two countries, especially in this period?
It absolutely is. And the U.S. Embassy here in Algeria, my colleagues and I spend every day working on that economic relationship, helping connect U.S. companies with Algerian companies, helping connect U.S. companies with opportunities here in Algeria. And we have seen partnerships in the field of agriculture, in the field of IT and healthcare, exciting events over the past 18 months. And I want to continue to work on that and build those connections, because with those connections, not only does the American model best fit, I think, the circumstance for a partnership, because we bring know-how, we share technical know-how, we empower and hire Algerians. Many U.S. companies have Algerian leaders of those companies here. So we provide a great model, and we provide win-win partnerships. And so that's what we're looking to continue to do.
In the near future?
Absolutely, even today.
From the economy, Your Excellency, from the economy to the higher education sector, how do you assess the cooperation between Algeria and the United States in the field of higher education? And what are the expected projects?
This is such an exciting area of cooperation between the U.S. and Algeria. The U.S. is 2/3 of the way through a project to help the Ministry of Higher Education revamp English language curricula for all of the universities here in Algeria. We are establishing a scientific research hub between Notre Dame University and the University of Sidi Abdullah. There are so many areas where we can continue to work together in higher education. We have exchange programs for university students to go to the United States and learn more about our country in a particular field, bring that information back here to Algeria. And so I'm excited about what we're doing together and what we can continue to work on in this field.
For when we talk about the higher education, do you think, Your Excellency, is one of the most important sector that can, it means that we will have the exchange program between Algerian and American universities?
In fact, I think it's vitally important, and I would say to any Algerian looking to consider studying in the USA, to check out Education USA on Facebook. There is a page where you can go and set up an appointment with a Education USA counselor. I would also say that the opportunities are limitless between the US and Algeria. There's so many areas we can be working together in STEM, in research, in English language, just a lot of exciting opportunities for our two peoples to continue to learn.
We will always remain in the higher education sector. We will see a branch of the American University in Algeria in the near future because a lot of students, they are asking these questions. Is it one of the projects in the near future between Algeria and the United States, the branch of the American University in Algeria?
So that is a very exciting concept, and I would love to see an American university open here. We are looking for ways to allow private universities to connect with the Algerian government to look at what the possibilities are. We are using the connections that we already have between U.S. universities and Algerian universities and trying to expand on those. And I would love to see the opportunity one day for an American university to be located right here in Algiers. Why not?
Why not, yes. What about cooperation in the field of teaching English in Algerian universities? Will there be new programs?
So there are exciting things going on between the United States and Algerian universities in terms of English language learning. We have 7 English professors working starting this autumn in various Algerian universities, helping teach English and helping Algerian professors learn new techniques in language learning as well. We have 5 American cultural centers in Algeria. 4 of them are located in Algerian universities where Algerians can learn English completely free of charge. And so those are located in Oran, in Constantine, Ouargla, and newly opened Béchar, as well as our American center right here in Algiers at the U.S. Embassy. You know, we even do more than that. We work with the Algerian government in a program called LINK, where we help Algerian government officials attain a professional level of English language so that they can speak at an international conference or talk to one of their counterparts in another country. So we're doing a variety of programs to help Algerians increase their English language learning. And in fact, our programs in 2022 touched 27,000 Algerians. Good. So it's very exciting what we're doing in this field.
We talked about the relationship between Algeria and America. We are now talking about the current international issues. What is your comment on the recent crisis in Niger?
We are incredibly concerned with the recent events, and Secretary Blinken and Foreign Minister Attaf were able to discuss that subject at some length in Washington 2 weeks ago. Our position is very similar to that of Algeria's. We would like to see a return to constitutional order. We are hoping that political dialogue will allow President Bazoum and his family to be released from detention and for the country to restore itself to a stable situation and to be able to meet the needs of the Nigerian people.
And let's talk now about the Algerian approach of the crisis in Niger. Will Washington support this approach?
We think political dialogue is incredibly important. Algeria is a very important partner as a neighbor to Niger, and understanding the country so well, we think it's really important that they are continuing to encourage Nigerian authorities to look at a political dialogue, to talk about how to reach a solution to return to constitutional order. And we very much appreciate Algeria's position, and we continue to consult with Algeria on this very important issue.
How does Washington see the situation, or I said the solution in Libya?
So Libya is an issue that, of course, a challenge we've both been working on, both the United States and Algeria and many other friends have been working on for quite some time. You know, the U.S. Special Envoy, Dick Norland, was here consulting with Algerian officials a couple of months ago on the progress that has been made in negotiations and an approach to move towards elections and a way for the Libyan people to express their desires in terms of who they want governing them. the U.S. and Algeria both agree that all foreign elements should leave Libya so that the Libyan people have the best chance of realizing their dreams for government.
Today, Algeria plays an important role in the regional and international levels. How does the American administration view these efforts?
So Algeria is an incredibly important regional leader in Africa, on the continent, in the Maghreb, in the Sahel, and we closely collaborate and discuss with them frequently how to meet the challenges that we see from allowing the personal envoy of the Secretary General, de Mistura, to have enough space to be able to work on finding a political solution for the Sahrawi people, to the situation in Mali, where Algiers negotiated an agreement, an accord in 2015, and they are working to implement that. So there are lots of areas where we see Algeria leading, and we consult and stay in close touch with Algerian authorities, both, of course, by telephone, but in person, right? We have lots of consultations, visiting officials coming to Algeria and going to the US so that we can continue this kind of close collaboration.
Will work be done to intensify consultation and coordination between the two countries during Algeria's membership in the Security Council?
In fact, we congratulate Algeria on its election to the Security Council, and we have already had discussions with Algeria on how we plan to work together on challenges that we face globally and the sorts of priorities Algeria has and how we can continue to push the progress forward, whether it is Special Representative Batili and his work in Libya, or other challenges where the UN is taking a leadership role. We're just very thrilled to have Algeria as a partner for the upcoming 2024 session.
Your Excellency, Ambassador of the United States of America to Algeria, as we said before, more than a year after you assumed the position of Ambassador of the United States of America to Algeria, in word, how would you describe Algeria, especially since you are keen to promote Algerian tourism through social media?
So Algeria is brilliant and sparkling and diverse and amazing, and I feel enormously fortunate to have this second opportunity here, because I did serve here previously from 2011 to 2014 as the #2 at the embassy, to have the chance to return and get to know more Algerians. You know, Algerian people are so open and hospitable and welcoming, brilliant, educated, speak multiple language. It's just an amazing experience. And I've been able to visit 23 wilayas so far. My goal is to see them all. I hope to have the chance to do that.
58 wilaya. You will have the opportunity. Yes, we will have the opportunity also to visit all the places and to discover Algeria.
I hope so.
Your Excellency, what drew your attention during your visit to the various Algerian cities, as you said, 23,
yes,
right now?
Right.
Okay.
You know, each one is distinct. It's diverse. It has its own cuisine, its own culture, even the linguistic differences between Derja and Oran and Derja in Annaba. It's quite interesting to learn all about the various distinctions and diversity of the country. It's endlessly fascinating, and I am truly grateful for every day that I have here in Algeria.
Your next program, I think, for visiting another places?
So I hope to be able to visit several new wilayas in September, and continue to advance, of course, the U.S.-Algeria partnership economically, culturally, and our work together in the region.
At the end of this interview, a word in Arabic. At the end of.
Mejda yatik saha.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. Thank you for this interview. It was a pleasure. Your Excellency, Ambassador of the United States of America to Algeria, Elizabeth Moore Oben, thank you very much for this interview. يعطيك الصحة. شكرا جزيلا لك على هذا اللقاء.
Thank you.
مشاهدينا، بهذا نصل وإياكم إلى ختام هذا اللقاء الخاص الذي جمعنا مع سعادة السفيرة الأمريكية بالجزائر إليزابيث مور أوبن. شكرا لكم.